Good day, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. This is the Two Tokens podcast from Amsterdam. And today we are here with Meindert Jansberg from EnergyBlocks. And Meindert is one of our founding partners.
Thank you.
And we are here to discuss how EnergyBlocks is doing, because you've gone live. I've been a fan and a user for the last year and a half. Actually, when you weren't even calling it EnergyBlocks, but...
Yeah, thank you, Alex.
Where are you now?
Yeah, we, EnergyBlocks, formerly known as Assetblocks, is actually the new name where we gathered all the activities of the last 10 to 13 years. So we combined everything under the brand EnergyBlocks. And EnergyBlocks is doing well. It's in the market right now, and we are offering tokens.
So do you sell them as energy tokens?
No, we do not sell them as energy tokens. It are bonds. So we offer bonds to the public, and we use a blockchain as a ledger. And it's a fully automated digital process, so the onboarding, the investment, the reporting is all digitized, and we use blockchain as a ledger to keep track of ownership, to keep track of interest payments, etc. So that's the current status. In the upcoming month, we will also come with securities, with an equity product, and again, we'll also use the blockchain for the ledger.
So it's great that it's blockchain underneath and tokens. The average consumer or the retail investor, he's not going to see any of that, right?
So no, you don't see it. If you log into the platform, you can have a look into the blockchain. So you can actually what we do, you set up an account, you go through a KYC. You do your transactions, and on the background, we'll set up a wallet for you where we deposit your tokens. And if you're interested, you can see it. So you can go to the Explorer and see where your tokens are on the blockchain, and you can check on the transactions.
So you're doing this real-world asset tokenization,
yes, yeah.
Right? You are targeting this at a certain audience.
Yeah.
We call them retail investors, but it's safe to say that this whole onboarding, this journey is frictionless?
Yes.
What's the return for the average investor? Why would I invest in this versus into another green bond?
Yeah, that's a good question. What we offer right now is a bond with a 6.5% annual return. We do a payout every quarter direct in your bank account. And one of the big differences is that we have a portfolio of projects that you invest in, and it's direct into our company. So we're an energy producing company that issues a blockchain bond, or a bond registered on blockchain, and that's kind of innovation. To be honest, we already do this for 4 years. So 4 years ago, we started with this. Under Catena Power, where Power was the acronym for private offerings with excellent returns. It was a nice gig, we thought. And the current program is also the Power program, so we kept that in. And actually, it's a bond with an investment and a repayment at once for 6.5% per year. So it's a relatively low risk investment in a spread portfolio of operational projects and projects that are in construction.
So you mentioned earlier that you're going to announce an equity product as well. Is the return on the equity product higher? How does that differ from the bond?
Yeah, and the equity product has a higher return, but also a higher risk. Equity is the last cushion in projects and in a company, so it absorbs gains and losses. So it's more volatile in the return, but much higher returns can be achieved. Energy projects are relatively stable from an income perspective. So at first sight, equity doesn't look very different than a bond. But with the current energy markets, rising energy prices, sometimes also lower energy prices, there is a much higher possibility of getting a higher return.
Okay, I get it. So if you offer the equity product, it would be more attached to the operational profit and loss of the project, whereas the bond is just a loan.
Just a loan with an interest payment and a repayment at the end, and the equity has all of the benefits of the project. So that's different.
So now you're an investment firm. You've been in investment for the better part of your career. Decentralized finance like tokenization, blockchain are tools.
Yes.
And yesterday we were at an interesting conference with ABN AMRO Bank, and they are also fully looking on the possibilities of decentralized finance. How is this changing your business model? How is this improving? Is it easier to get liquidity out of the market? Is it easier to launch project? Can you shed some light on that?
It is for us. It's a relatively cost-effective and efficient way to offer a investment product to the market. Everything we offer is MiFID-compliant, so it's very cost efficient. So and therefore it's highly of interest of us. You can get a big loan with a bank, or you can get a small group of investors together. And this is a new way of financing, where you actually do a private placement, offer it to the broad audience in the market as a MiFID-compliant product, and everybody can join. So it also means that every investor has to look into the documents that we have on our website in the data room. But the beauty of it is that everybody can join. The minimum investment at the current stage is 5,000 euros, but then you can add up per 100 euro to the amount you would like to invest. So this is, for us as a company, very attractive, because by the use of blockchain, we are able to have a very efficient administration and distribution of bonds.
So, of course, everybody thinks blockchain, thinks crypto, right?
Yeah,
I
fully understand. Yeah, but
it has nothing to do with that, other than that you share the same technology.
Exactly. So our bonds and also the equity products have nothing to do with crypto. It's a question asked quite a lot. So we don't have this volatility, and also not these going to the moon phases. It is actually a MiFID product, a private placement in equity or debt, making use of blockchain technology to do an efficient offering.
Which means that the investors are fully protected by law.
By law, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Very interesting. So now you're doing this for energy assets, right? But you could do this for any asset.
In theory, you could do it for any asset. We are an energy company at the moment, so we focus on these energy assets. But with the technology in the future, I think we will have a look into other asset classes. Keep in mind that each asset class comes with different sets of regulations. A question we get a lot is from, can you put a loan in the market for me? And then you're coming close to banking activities, which is only excluded, which is exclusive for banks. So you have to consider the regulatory part and the legal part very carefully. Actually, that is more complex and difficult than the implementation of blockchain in a bond issue.
Well, we've seen into tokens in the last 5 years that we should have all become lawyers, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But so I get it. So EnergyBlocks, is really, you get a part of the park, you get a return. That's great. But it does not facilitate at this time, the way I understand it, the trading of energy peer-to-peer between people, right?
No.
I mean, is that something you're looking at?
Yeah, that's something we're absolutely looking at in our project development portfolio. the cooperation or the energy community is more and more important, especially from the request of local authorities who want the people surrounding a project to be able to join. And the concept of being able to settle the energy produced at the local park with the energy meter at home is very attractive. So in that case, it would mean that people more or less could hedge their own energy consumption by doing direct investments in these projects. And instead of being paid out in euros, you are paid out in kilowatt hours, and your meter at home will turn back.
Okay, but then you get into an interesting dilemma,
yeah,
right? Because if you have a kilowatt hour token in your Apple wallet or whatever wallet, and you're going to use that to pay for groceries or whatever, you get into a whole different type of legislation, right? Because then you're a legal tender.
Then it probably will become legal tender. So a quite ambitious step already is turning the meter down. So energy sharing within a community.
Yeah, that's different, huh?
Yeah, but tracking who uses what, who has delivered what, where is energy in a battery, that's a very good use case for blockchain technology. Using energy as a currency, as you indicate, is a whole other ball game, and there is also a difficulty in what is then the underlying assets, because a kilowatt hour has to be used or to be stored. So, and prices differ throughout the day. We have negative prices, positive prices. What does it mean for the value of your currency? So that's not an easy
no. And
easy
in
case.
the last year and a half, the working group Power of the Many, led by Jos Reuling, we've been working on exactly this.
Yeah.
And so what we are going to do in 25 is tokenization of energy in a battery.
Yeah.
And how that corresponds to the different markets that are out there, the imbalance market, the local market, and there's the difference in different European countries on that as well.
Yeah, it differs, and this is a very interesting project. And one of the questions is what. If you look at a battery as a capacity to store energy, then you could say that a battery is a sort of wallet to put in your generated electricity. It has costs. Putting it in, taking it out gives losses. So there are very interesting ways of thinking of this concept. So you could imagine that if you have battery capacity where you invested in, and you use electricity at point A, that you at the same time deliver from your battery to the net, so you can balance it out. These are interesting concepts, technically highly complex, but worthwhile investigating.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see what happens this year.
Yeah, thank you.
Great having you here. And if people want to invest, there's still you can still register, right?
Yeah, you can still register. You can go to EnergyBlocks.nl, www.energyblocks.nl.
And it's not limited to people from Europe, right?
No, you have to be European citizen. So, and the reason for that is that we do KYC, and we are MiFID compliant. So we operate within the European frameworks. And if you go to this website, then you can go to the portal via which is myenergyblocks.nl. You can set up an account, and as long as you have a European passport, you can register and you can invest.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much, Meindert.
Yeah,
we'll see you at the next podcast next week.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was it for today's podcast. Thank you for listening in, and please subscribe so you don't miss out on our upcoming episodes. If you want to get in touch with us, you can find our contact details at www.twotokens.org.